My name is Anton Kravtsov. I'm the founder of the PPM Express. Today we'll talk about IT portfolio management, and specifically we will discuss IT portfolio management with Jira software and how companies can advance their project portfolio management. I want to set some expectations up front. This is not a demo of PPM Express. If you need a demo, feel free to schedule it. It's ppm.express/demo. The reason is that it's not a demo is that we cannot do a full demo in less than an hour. We value time. We do demos that are specifically tailored for each company's specific needs and requirements. So if you're looking for a demo for product, like I suggest after the webinar or in addition to the webinar to schedule the demo, we are more than happy to do the specific demo for your organization. What you will learn today during this webinar, we'll discuss the most common problems companies face in terms of project portfolio management. We'll discuss how to create a plan for transforming PMO, how to start the PPM improvement cycles. We'll do a quick overview of PPM Express, how it integrates with Jira and capabilities around working with Jira software. And I will explain our offer for new customers starting with PPM Express integrating with Jira. This offer extends to our existing customers. I see that there is a number of our existing customers on the call, so that extends as well, and we'll cover it a little bit more details. Okay, sounds good, and let's get started. First of all, share some information about us. Do we know the stuff that I'm talking here about? Yes, we do. Our team spent more than 10 years implementing Microsoft PPM solution for enterprise and mid-size organization. We did that on Microsoft PPM platform, Microsoft Project Server, Microsoft Project Online. We help companies with Salesforce. We have a significant experience with this space. PPM Express is a 3-year-old company. We are on the market for more than 2 years with a production grade application. We mostly work with the large and medium-sized companies and enterprises, and at this time it's mostly IT organization of the companies. One of the reasons we have some insights and we have this webinar is every month we have approximately every 80 discovery calls and demos with different organizations. Small, medium-sized, large organization, companies who request specific information from our website, and we have discussion with business leaders. So we have few items to share, and this webinar is about pains and solutions that works for for many companies. What we found is when we talk with frustrated leaders and discuss the problems that companies face, is companies face very similar problems. Leaders complain that there is a limited view of project portfolio. Work is managed in multiple places. Leaders complain about manual reporting and that they have to request reports. They have no instant access to reports. Leaders complain that they have no ability to do accurately plan future work. They talk about the pains related to resource management, resource utilization, conflicts, finding resources for new projects. Leaders need more control around the project financials. If you have, I would say, the major categories that we hear from leaders. Leaders want to improve processes. They want to improve their organizations. They want to improve efficiency of their organizations. And becoming better at managing portfolios of projects is just one of the aspects of general transformation. Companies want to become better, and leaders want to make specific steps to do that. In project portfolio management, leaders want to get better how they manage projects, how do they manage visibility, integration, execution, and delivery of the projects. Leaders want their teams to become better in resource management and people management. And this is probably one of the biggest and massive opportunities for improvements for organizations. They want their organization to be better and prioritizing and setting goals, prioritizing the future work, prioritizing resources. Last essential element, it's all around the portfolio monitoring, progress tracking, staying on top of the projects, reports, BI, analytics. So all those elements is pretty much for key areas that we see from customers. And based on those discussions that we had in our work with customers that we have and continuous dialogue with number of customers, we came up with a framework and we created action plans for company. And we call our framework What P framework. And here it is. It has 4 areas. First area is all around the projects, people, priorities, and progress. The first 2 areas, projects and people, it's mostly help companies to build a foundation, a solid foundation for their PMO and for their project portfolio management process. The last 2, we categorize that mostly focusing on the execution, strategy, and growth, and they're more advanced elements that you need the foundation first, and then you can start improving and building a large, beautiful house on that foundation. Okay, let's review each area in detail. So if we review the projects area, typical problems that we hear from business leaders is that they have multiple tools, more than one. Teams are working with tools of their choice and they want to keep the tools of their choice. They don't want to switch or migrate data. But the problem is that everything is disconnected, not integrated. Leaders don't see statuses. Leaders have limited access to all the information. They have to request information about the project status, and there is no easy way to access it, and it's all mostly a manual work. Our framework focuses on improving what you have now without reinventing things or migrating your data. There are no reason to change your team's tools. Your teams need to keep the tools that they use right now. There should be no switch, no migration. We recommend focusing on creating an integrated portfolio of projects, creating a single view of your portfolio, and seeing the big picture of all work management organization in IT, outside of IT, in HR, in all different departments that you have. As well as very important is that you need to set a standards for the information, statuses, and details that you track for your project, because it's part of building that standards for organization. And we recommend defining a more formal approach for structuring project into portfolios of programs. It is critical as well, like to have your agile project as part of the picture. It's a must-have. It's not an option. It's not an option any longer. Benefits. By implementing these activities, companies realize number of benefits. First of all, and the most important, is that you have a big picture view. All projects, resources, tools connected and integrated in one place, so you can easily access all that information. Visibility of statuses of projects, complete transparency. Entire organization can see project statuses, project states, what is organization working on, what is coming, what is the pipeline. If we talk about the people, I don't talk about resources, I mostly focus about people. It's a critical element, and it's probably the most critical element that we hear from all the leaders. And at the same time, it's a priority number 1 for majority of the leaders to improve how they work with resource planning, utilization management, with planning future work. So it's all related very tightly to resources. Companies are often ineffective how they use resources, and resource planning is often manual, done in Excel, or simply just without any type of the tools. There are always conflicts in allocation and utilization. Over allocation in most cases is a norm for companies. Companies have hard time planning future work and finding the right resources for high priority projects. And companies do not have an understanding who is available, and the new work and when new work can start. Our framework focuses on better planning, allocation, and finding resources. We recommend addressing this area by creating a framework and processes and procedures for more accurate and better people allocation. You can create an approach to track utilization and allocation of resources. We recommend creating a process to identify and resolve resource allocation conflicts. We recommend to create a framework for planning new work that will include resource skills and previous project experiences. Adding skills and experiences dimension to your project planning can be very beneficial and is very important. As benefits for implementing the all around the project is that there's a number of them, and I've just few listed here. Better resource planning, more efficient allocation, fewer conflicts, better planning of resources, better utilization, less gaps in utilization, ability to find the right people for your projects, ability to understand when organization can start new projects. So it's a large number of benefits that that organization can gain from implementing better people management and people resource planning. If we talk about the priorities, priorities progress, as I mentioned, are more advanced areas focused on strategy, execution, and growth. When typical problems is how do we prioritize the projects in flights? What if our priorities change? How do we plan new work? When do we stop the project? How do we capture intake? How do we do the capacity planning for new work? How do we prioritize our project against the strategic priorities? So all those problems are companies facing. Again, they're more advanced than typical big picture view, but they're critical as well. In our framework, we recommend specific action, implementing strategic prioritization, or it can be other ways prioritization that you can use. Creating and defining a more formal project intake process that there's a clear and transparent process available to everyone organization that users can use. Defining the approach to prioritize existing portfolio of projects, ideas, and requests. Implementing the KPIs or OKR framework for goal setting and tracking. And definitely using and building roadmaps and timelines to visually see your portfolio and your strategy. Benefits of implementing focus on priorities and implementing all the priority-related activities. Companies can benefit from better project planning and delivery strategy, setting goals and priorities, more structured work prioritization, more transparent and wide open ideation, project intake process, and increased team involvement in submitting those ideas, submitting their change requests and contributing to future of the organizations. Organization can benefit from more efficient use of enterprise resources, right people on right projects that return the best return of investment aligned with your strategic priorities. The second most popular problem that we hear after resource management, it's all around reporting and business intelligence. Companies simply don't have reports are manual and time consuming. Leaders have to request reports. They have to go to project manager, to PMO, to portfolio manager and request those reports. And reporting is done through Excel, through PowerPoint, time consuming and manual. Statuses, another problem that we see that very often the statuses are not reflecting the true state. They are outdated and they're very subjective. Another problem is that companies very often have very basic executive reports. As well of that reporting gap, organizations have a limited way to measure progress and make sure that they're on the right track and make corrective actions on time when they need it. Implementation strategy in our framework is we suggest to focus on following activities. Creating a standard and automated framework for project status management. So you know the actual update objective states for projects at specific time. deploying and rolling out the business intelligence and analytics platforms, platform where you can have all the reports available instantly to your users. That there is no delay, the reports are updated, and reports need to be as well. It's a very important element is reports need to be fine-tuned for specific audiences. And at some point, I would say that it's more strategic, more advanced steps. Companies need to start working on implementing KPIs and objectives and key result framework. And best if in some ways those KPIs and can be automatic, data-driven, that it's not another burden on your PMO and project managers. Benefits. Organization, if implemented, organization will benefit from more visual approach, more of the visual tools, multiple reports to see actual statuses, ability to proactively resolve problems, and get all type of reports analytics they need to analyze the progress of project delivery. The best approach that we found working with customers is organizing all the transformation work is in sprints, applying the same agile methodology. Pick one activity from one of the several areas, start implementing it slowly, measure how it goes, analyze results, adjust and repeat. Continuously, non-stop, but always moving forward. Continuous iteration, continuous improvement will help you kick off this process and stay on this process to continuously improve and transform PMO. And one of the important elements that we see that start with just maybe one activity from each of the quadrants, focus on one single activity and just go with it. I like the quote from the book. There is a great book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So back to our company, how we can help companies that use Jira to get better with enterprise project portfolio management, and what is our offering. First of all, as a company, we can analyze where you are right now, and we can help you create a transformation plan and more detailed plans for year and for quarters based on your processes. We help companies implement PPM Express to save time and make process start on this transformation process faster and make it more effective. We'll help you onboard your team, and we provide support during this transformation. If you talk about the PPM Express, what is the PPM Express? It's a cloud-based platform. We are running on Microsoft Azure. It's a secured and tightly integrated system with Office 365. We have integration to all the major project management platforms like Jira, Azure DevOps, Microsoft Planner, Microsoft Project, Project Online. And frankly, we have all the standard capabilities of modern PPM platform. Portfolio management, task management, ideation, demand management, prioritization, resource management. So all that stuff plus lots and lots of reports. It's all part of our standard package, and it's available for all the users. If you look specifically how the PPM Express works with Jira, and it's something that differentiates from other companies, at the level and flexibility of our integration. First of all, we want companies to keep using tools that there are in place right now and that your teams use and love. Our approach is to connect and integrate all the work that you have right now. The motto that we have is connect, do not replace. You can bring your projects into PPM Express from Jira, from all those systems that we have. It can be project, it can be a board, it can be Epic. We can connect to multiple elements, and we provide advanced mapping for custom fields because we understand companies customize Jira and they add additional attributes to their elements. So with advanced mapping, you can bring all that information into PPM Express. Our synchronization is schedule-based. Your executive team and project manager, pretty much every project stakeholders and project member can view backlogs in Jira and work with backlogs. But very often, and that's specifically for your executive team, they need a more user-friendly a more holistic view of all the projects. They want to see statuses, key dates, resource plans, everything in one place. They can go to Jira to see that information, but they need skills of Jira. They need to have a knowledge of using Jira, how to create filters, views, or queries. And PPM Express simplifies this process, but providing ability to see backlog of from Jira inside of PPM Express. We provide the one-click navigation to any work item. Again, we are not replacing Jira, we're just aggregating it from Jira. If you need to access to your issue, if you need to access to your backlog, it's really one click away. Few screens here just provides a high-level overview. In this case, it's our portfolio dashboard with a timeline of all the projects in portfolio. You can slice and dice this information by any status, any custom fields. We support views and filters, so you can see your portfolio from different angles. Portfolio details screen. When you organize your projects into portfolios, and that's something that we recommend, you can track additional information about your portfolios. It can be budget, it can be additional statuses, it can be risk and issues, critical milestones or releases, and you can have multiple portfolios. PPM Express provides a very flexible way to organize your projects into portfolios. Backlog view, that's a view that we were talking about. It's when we bring data from Jira, and you can see your entire backlog, hierarchy, dates from sprints or from your issues. You can see all that information on the screen. And we bring all the fields as well. So when you click on it, for example, on task or on the user story, you will see all the details inside of PPM Express. Or by clicking on the Jira icons that you see next to every kind of like line, system will go to Jira and open that issue right in Jira software. That's a concept of one click. On any level, you can go to very specific information, to entire sprint, to specific issue, to your epic, to your feature, to your user story, and in one click access it in Jira. Project dashboard view, it's a view where you track all the details about your project. Your backlog, milestones, statuses, iteration, your team, your budget, risk, issues, everything is there. And it's highly configurable, so you can enable and add additional sections or turn them off depending on your requirements and depending on your style of managing projects. If you use Microsoft Teams, you can embed this project dashboards into Microsoft Teams, so everyone from your team can view that dashboards inside their workspace. And that's the beauty of transparency of your data. If you make that information available for everyone who works on the projects, they will feel more accountable, and they have visibility into the true state of the project at all the time. Idea with our project dashboard is that everything is consolidated in one screen, and it's a specific way, like a unique way to see all that information in one place. One note here is that you can connect our project in PPM Express can be connected to more than one projects in external system. For example, you can have your part of the project data coming from Jira and some elements coming from Project Online. That is absolutely possible, so you can mix and match the data. Our resource planning capabilities is we provide more advanced features for planning planning your teams on the projects, do resource planning across projects, do resource planning across teams. So you can see over location, under location, heat maps, enter information in hours or FTE, multiple ways to track that information and plan your resource. Very advanced module for planning resource utilization. If we review Jira and PPM Express, there's really no reason to compare PPM Express with Jira. PPM Express extends Jira by adding the number of capabilities. We are not replacing functionality in Jira. We love portfolio. We love advanced roadmaps in Jira. So you can use it. There are additional add-ons in Jira that you can implement. Let's say frankly, the Jira is created by developers for developers. It is not a project portfolio management system. Is not designed for non-IT projects. It's not an enterprise PMO level solution where you can combine information from multiple places. And PPM Express does exactly the job. It extends Jira by adding that number of capabilities that are not in Jira at this time. Benefits: companies that implement PPM Express together, integrate with Jira, will see the following benefits. Big picture view, all projects and resources in one place, accessible anytime, anywhere. Everything is connected, automatically updated, status is automatically calculated. It's all always up to date. You know all the details about your team utilization, availability, and there are easy ways and tools to manage it all. Companies have a framework to manage new work pipeline and capture that additional demand and prioritize it. Companies can use more than 100 reports that we provide with PPM Express for their reporting needs and for analytics. We designed PPM Express as self-serve PPM platform. System is pretty straightforward to use. It requires some light customization. Majority of our medium-sized customers use the do-it-yourself approach. What we do for our enterprise customers, provide professional onboarding services. We do the setup, integration, training, and report customization to help them start faster. You can absolutely do it yourself, but that's something that we provide as additional service. One of the success stories with just one of the recent customers, and I want to share it. Leading dietary supplements company. They have right now 75 users and over 150 team members. We help them to go live in less than 2 weeks. We set them up. We connected all their system. It was Jira, Microsoft Teams, Office 365. We deployed Power BI reports. We created a set of reports for executive team. We did a team training, and they were live in less than 2 weeks. So we have experienced how to do that, and they are happy. And the best benefit they see, it's visibility of all the work, that it's completely transparent and everything is in one place. Right now we have a special offer that's especially for new customers. If you can get a 6 months of subscription on our enterprise plan with all the features, plus we do include onboarding, setup, configuration, integration, plus 5 reports customization or new reports development. We do that for $3,499. It's a 6-month subscription. It's a limited time offer. It will expire on April 15. And you get 25 users and 100 team members as part of that deal. For April, right now, we kind of like booked, but we have several spots available for our onboarding team to help companies to get started. For our existing customers, we provide a free upgrade to enterprise plan for the next 6 months. Welcome to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to do that. How to get started is pretty straightforward. Just visit the link ppm.express/April. It's only a small form that you need to fill, submit, and we'll start with a demo that will be specifically tailored to your needs and to your requirements. So really, 3 things. You can definitely do nothing. Say thank you for this webinar and sharing the details. You can go with competitor, and likely you will spend more money and it will take more time to implement such solution. Or you can start with us. We will create the action plans for a year and for the quarters, and you will definitely guarantee that you will save time and money and will see instant results with PPM Express. So again, it's an offer until April 15, $3,499 for 25 users, 100 team members. Again, to start, just go to the ppm.express/April. Thanks for your time and have a great day.